Hi, everyone. Welcome. Today, I want to talk about how to raise your vibes, specifically when you're stuck in a negative thinking cycle that you just can't seem to get out of. When using the law of attraction, or even just in general feeling better, when you're feeling down, or when you're depressed, or when you're anxious, your emotions and what you are thinking is vital to your success. After all, what you're thinking about and focused on is what you're attracting into your life, right? It seems like a catch-22. If I can't change my thoughts effectively and consistently, then I will never be able to change what I'm attracting into my life. But I'm here today to tell you that none of this matters. I have always had negative thinking, and I am pretty sure that I always will. But I've found a way around it. And today's video is about how you can do the same. So stop trying to change your thoughts. I'm going to teach you how to shift the energy around you and within you instead. And it really has nothing to do with what your thoughts are like. Hi, I'm Sarahdawn, and I am so happy that you're here today because I want to help you live your fullest and most authentic life. I want to help you tap into things like the law of attraction, angels, and your spiritual nature so that you can experience the life you're meant to have as a divine being. If you're interested in videos like this, be sure to subscribe. And if you want to be notified of future videos, make sure to hit that little bell button as well. In my personal experience with the law of attraction and with depression that I've had most of my life, and the anxiety and the trauma and everything else, is that trying to change my thoughts is basically fruitless. It's almost impossible because even the act of changing a negative thought into a positive one, I feel like an imposter. And that just leads into a spiral and just fuels the fire of my negative thinking and negative perception of myself even more. So instead of changing my thoughts and feeling better, I've just made the problem worse. So this video is about what I've learned over the years, about how to sort of bypass trying to change your thoughts and feelings, and instead work with the energy around you and within you to increase your vibes and start bringing more positive experiences into your life, putting you in the driver's seat of manifesting, co-creating, healing from the negative side of depression, feeling better in general, so that you can stop being ruled by your thoughts and stop trying to fix them, and instead begin living the life you want and the life you deserve. And today's video is the first in a series of videos that I'm going to do about how to raise your vibes when you're feeling bad. And none of them require changing your thoughts. Like I said, it's kind of a backdoor approach. So we use the law of attraction and tap into the energy around us and tap into our energy systems within us to bring more positive experiences, and then more positive thoughts start to follow suit in that way. So it's this kind of backdoor approach to changing our thoughts instead of constantly fighting against the negative thoughts that we are having. So the first way to start shifting the energy around you, raising the vibrations of the energy around you, is to breathe and make sure you're grounded. You want to take deep breaths. Most of us breathe really shallow, especially if you experience anxiety. If you're constantly worried, doubting, having depression, thinking negative thoughts that create more feelings of anxiety and worry and doubt, we tend to breathe very shallow and not get much oxygen. But oxygen carries a lot of positive, high vibrating energy. We need it to survive. So intentionally taking a deep breath, and you can place your hand on your abdomen, and if you're taking a deep enough breath, your abdomen will rise. Your hand will rise. And when you let it out, you'll feel your abdomen fall. Practice doing that a few times, and take when you're feeling bad and going into a state of trying to shift that, start by taking at least 3 deep breaths like that. Anytime you're stressed, anxious, depressed, or feeling bad, take 3 deep breaths as the first thing that you do. And additionally, to make this work even better, you can imagine that as you're breathing out old, stagnant, sabotaging, harmful, useless, negative energy. You're just watch it come out. Feel it come out. Feel the negativity, and imagine it's carrying all of that negative energy, all those bad feelings, all those feelings of not being in control, just out of your mouth. You're blowing it out and away from you. And then once you've taken some deep breaths, you want to make sure that you're grounded. Feeling grounded is very important for feeling a sense of safety and security and just stable in the world. That sense of control that you want to have over those thoughts that you can't seem to control, or over the energy, or over how you feel. Being grounded is going to be the first step in helping you start to feel that sense of control in your life. Having your head in the clouds and being distracted and unfocused and out of touch, it just isn't helpful. And when you're doing a lot of spiritual work, or when you're trying to heal, you might notice feelings of disassociation or depersonalization, where you feel like you're not really in your body, you're not really attached to what's going on, as if you're dreaming or watching yourself. Making sure that you are well grounded is a really good way to help with those feelings. So to get grounded really quick, one of the best ways is to just go walk around outside barefooted. Feeling your bare feet touch the ground is a great way to start being grounded and feel that connection and that pull to the earth. You can also imagine that there are roots coming out of your feet, or roots coming from your spine, that are going down into the earth like a tree, and going all the way down to the center of the earth and soaking up the earth's energy into your body. Now that you're a bit more relaxed and in touch, our goal is to start shifting the energy. This is to give you control where you may not realize you even have it. You've been in a place of trying to change your thoughts and to change your feelings, but you find that those thoughts keep coming back. Those feelings are sure to follow and sure to persist. And that makes you feel worse, because maybe you just can't do it. So instead of driving ourselves crazy by trying to change the same old thing and never getting a different result, what we're going to do is focus on what we can change. The energy around us and within us. So there is universal energy. That is the energy that we tap into with the law of attraction. It's the energy that is in the universe, all around us, the flow of energy that we can feel around us. And we can influence the universal energy that is around us, because energy resonates with other energies. So it goes both ways. Our personal subtle energy systems can influence the energy around us, and vice versa. The energy around us can influence our personal energy systems. And our personal energy system is within us, and that's what we're talking about when we're talking about raising our vibes. We want to raise our personal energy that is within us. And the main energy systems are called the chakras. And we have 7 primary chakras that I'll do another video on later about how to clear those and what they are. Changing the subtle energy systems and clearing out those chakras and working with them is important to feel good. It's important to help you accomplish your purpose, and even to help others, because when all of this energy is mucked up, you're gonna be all mucked up in all those areas of your life. Each of the chakras kind of rules an area of our life, or influences an area of our life. And if that chakra is mucked up, that area of your life is also going to be experiencing difficulties. So you want to work with this energy that is within you. It's important, and maybe just as important as the thoughts that you're having. So if you're not familiar with them, just know that they exist. And it's part of what we're going to use today to help you tap into the energy and start shifting your vibrations so that you can feel better without having to worry about changing all those thoughts. The next step, you've done the breathing, you've gotten grounded. That's great. You're off to a great start with that. Then what you want to do is start creating beauty. Create as much beauty as you can around you. Your outside world is a reflection of your inner world. So maybe you feel like you can't change those thoughts and you can't change your inner world, but you can change what's around you. You can create beauty in your home, wherever you spend the most amount of time. You want to make sure that you're only surrounded by things that make you feel good. So move furniture around. You'll notice that shifts the energy. And make sure that you get rid of any clutter or dirt or trash or anything that just doesn't make you feel good. Get that out of your space and make sure whatever's around you is just stuff that you need, you use, or you love. Things that make you feel good to be around. You see what I mean? But also shifting the furniture, even changing colors, like maybe changing your curtains or changing your bed sheets, changing those colors and just shifting that up is also a way to shift the energy. And by shifting the energy outside of you, you resonate, and that helps shift the energy within you as well. So this is also a great time to learn about feng shui and the feng shui cures you could put around your house. It's all about shifting and adapting the energy to create the energy that you want in your environment. But to start out with, if you don't know about feng shui or anything, the most important thing is just to change stuff around you. Just change it and make sure that your space is clean and comfortable and makes you feel good. You can also, in the same sense, change your physical body to shift that energy. So like getting a haircut or putting on clothes that make you feel good, buying new clothes or just clothes that make you feel good. You don't have to spend money. Doing your hair, makeup, if you like to wear makeup, painting your nails, any of that kind of stuff that shifts your physical appearance and just makes you feel good about yourself will raise your vibrations, even ever so slightly, and sometimes quite a lot. And step 3 is to forgive and to release. So what this means is it's time to release whatever's going on or has gone on in your past. It's time to let that go. Whether it's recent past, distant past, it's in the past. You can't do anything about it now, right? Worrying about it, dwelling on it, ruminating on it, all of that stuff isn't necessarily going to help you. Thinking about it may help you. And that's okay, but you don't want to go into the ruminating and carrying it with you and letting it create negative effects. So you want to think about at this time, maybe even as you're moving furniture around or as you're cleaning up, think about letting go of anything that doesn't serve you that's inside of you as you're getting rid of stuff on the outside and cleaning up your outside, your environment. Imagine you're also releasing what's inside of you. So you're dusting off, the mantle. It's also dusting off forgiveness for something that's happened in the past, either forgiveness for yourself or for somebody else. Just imagine and think about and intend and try to start letting that go. Because what's done is done. It's in the past. You've learned what you've needed from it. And when those lessons need to come up, you'll remember them. And you'll use them for your own greater good and for the greater good of others. So it's okay not to cling to them and not hang on to them. Forgive, release, and let it go. And most of all, remind yourself that the past does not define you. It doesn't define the present, and it certainly doesn't define your future. From this point forward, you draw a line in the sands of time. You step over it, knowing that what comes next is up to you. You have that choice and you have that free will. So let go of what's in the past and just start brand new with a fresh, clean slate. You're cleaning up your environment. You're creating the beauty around you. And you are ready to step into that fresh, new, brand new environment. And step 4, very important, to allow good to come in. No matter what's going on, you won't be able to raise your vibes and you won't be able to attract positivity into your life if you're energetically, mentally, or any other way not allowing the good to come in. And this can happen a lot. We actually put up a guard, we put up a shield that protects us. If you've had trauma in your past, if you've been abused, hurt, by anyone from caregivers and parents and people who loved you, the other kids at school, or a friend that betrayed you, these experiences make us create this wall and this shield around us to protect us from the pain and from getting hurt. But the problem is that shield is also stopping good things from coming in and from coming into your life. A great thing to do is just visualize letting that shield down. And I know this is hard for a lot of people, especially people with depression or any kind of mental illness that you're dealing with. Don't like calling it an illness, but that is the word that we have. Let's say any kind of mental dis-ease that you might be experiencing. We put up that shield and that armor, and that's what protects us and keeps us safe. So I know it can be very difficult to let that down. So start small, just when you're at home and when you feel safe, but occasionally make sure you're letting it down and you're letting positivity come in. You're letting love come in. And this is love from the spiritual realm. This is love from your friends and your family, and it's love from yourself. Make sure you ask for help if you need it. You don't have to do everything by yourself. Ask for help and accept help when it's offered. If you're blocked off from accepting help and feeling you have to do everything yourself and you're always saying no if somebody else offers to help you, that also means you're blocking out a lot more than just that. You're blocking the positivity. So no matter how much work you do, how much you change your thoughts, your feelings, and raise your vibes, none of that good stuff is going to get in because you're stopping it from getting in. So occasionally let that guard down. A really great way to start doing this is when you're feeling comfortable, and you can do it more and more as you get comfortable with it. But to begin with, focus on love. Focus on love for yourself. Focus on love for others. Start with yourself and giving yourself the love and the TLC that you deserve. Let the guard down. Tell yourself, even for just a moment, I deserve love. And treat yourself with care and love. And then going back to chakras, your heart chakra is when you want to make sure it's open. Imagine a bright green sparkling beam of light entering into your chest, your heart area, right here. And see it, close your eyes and take a deep breath and see that light just clearing out this wheel that's in your chest. That's this wheel and it's spinning, and this beam of light is coming in and it's clearing away and chipping away at any dark spots that are in this wheel of yours, and it's getting brighter and brighter and more green, this beautiful emerald sparkling green, and it gets bigger and it starts to spin faster. That's how we clear out those energy centers. And of course, intend to let love, light, and positivity into your life. The next step you want to do is clear the energy around you. There's things that you can do to get rid of negative energy and to attract positive energy. Well, energy is like water. In feng shui, they'll describe it as it's like water. Your front door, your main entrance is where the water would come in, and it flows through and leaves through like the other side of the house, but it'll get stuck on, wherever there's corners or clutter or dirt. This energy just kind of pulls up and it becomes stagnant and old, and it holds on to negative energy. So you've already started clearing that out when you move furniture around. That energy is getting moved and shifted, and also by getting rid of clutter and dirt and that kind of stuff that tends to hold on to negative energy. You can also use things like smoke. There's sage and cedar and Palo Santo. I've got some sage right here. My fancy little bowl, and you just light it. And you can get a feather and you just put this in corners and areas, and even breathe in a little bit yourself. And this clears out negative energy. There's nothing super special that you have to know how to do. There's things that you can say and rituals that you can do that help you, but you don't have to. Just simply, moving that smoke around. I always make sure to get it in corners and tight spaces, because that's where negative energy tends to get stuck. So I make sure I get it in there, but you don't have to do anything special other than that. But there's also things like cedar and this Palo Santo, this stuff too. This stuff also is actually known to help with feelings of depression and anxiety, the smell and the smoke itself. So this can be great for helping to clear out negative energy and also raise your vibes at the same time. And then there's things like sweetgrass. Sweetgrass is great to follow up with. It attracts positive energy, so that it helps bring in the positive energy. I have some sweetgrass. It comes in a braid. It just looks like long strings of grass that's braided together, and it smells amazing. I love the smell of sweetgrass. But it's known to attract positive things and bring that in. You can also use things like sounds. You can use bells, bowls. Like I have this Tibetan singing bowl. These are great for attracting positive energy, and the vibrations of the sound that it makes will clear out the negative energy. So, you hear that vibration that it creates. You can feel it moving through you, and you feel it clearing out the energy around you. And it's just fun and sounds nice. Also, if you don't have a bowl or you don't have a bell, just clapping your hands, sound, any kind of sound, will create vibrations throughout the air. It creates the ripple effect and it clears it out. And also movement. So when you're moving the smoke around, that's moving the air. When the air is moving, you're also moving the energy around you. So a lot of people will take like a feather or an eagle feather or something with the smoke, but you don't have to have the smoke to do it. Just moving your hands, moving the air shifts energy around. Also, like, one thing you can do if you're around somebody who has been making you feel bad, or you're introverted, say, and you've been around other people too much and you're just feeling drained, is this kind of motion right in front of you that's just cutting that energy and cutting that connection from those people, so that you're free to just feel your own emotions. Especially powerful and impactful if you're an empath. So when you're feeling bad and you need to raise your vibes, be sure to stop trying to change your thoughts. Don't try to change thoughts that you can't change. I mean, you can change them. We all know you can. You have the power to do it. But the point is that trying to change them feels impossible and can make you feel worse because you tried so hard and then it doesn't work. So Instead of going through all that and putting yourself through that, try using these 5 things to shift the energy around you and within you, and see if it helps you feel at least a little bit better. These are the first things that I do when I'm starting to feel depressed, when I notice triggers, or I feel like depression's coming on, or when I just feel like nothing's going right. Like, no matter what I do, everything is just working against me, and I can't get my vibes up. And, I'll read my cards, or, do everything, and it keeps saying, your thoughts are creating your future. Your thoughts are manifesting what's coming into your life. It's like, gosh, I know I need to change those thoughts. But then just the thought of how I can't seem to change those thoughts is just making me feel even worse about myself and think even worse about myself. And this is such a pattern and a cycle that feels impossible to get out of. So that's what I'm talking about. Stop trying to do it. Don't worry about those stupid thoughts. They're just stupid thoughts, and try doing some of this stuff, because it's really amazing how shifting the energy around you and clearing out this energy around you and in your chakras within you can make a clear path in your physical world as well. It clears out the fog and the clutter that is also in your mind, and you begin to see things even more clearly. So these things, in my experience, they not only help me feel better, but they also help me come up with ideas and solutions to things that are getting me down. It helps me get a new perspective and to see things a little bit differently. Recharges me, So give these a try. Even when you're feeling bad and those thoughts are controlling you and sending you spiraling, forget about changing them and try this instead. And then join me in the next video, where we will talk about more ways to raise your vibrations, even when you're stuck with the negative thinking patterns that you just can't seem to change. And in the meantime, if you found this video helpful, be sure to leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe. It really helps a lot, and it makes me very happy when I see another subscriber. And check out these other videos I've made about raising your vibes, and also these meditations that are meant to help you along your path and live your fullest and most authentic life. Sending love and blessings to you all. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.